I'm terrible. Oh, I never unmuted my mic. I am the worst. The absolute worst. Thanks, Poltrox. Thank you. You are the savior. Oh my goodness. Well, I got a lot of catching back up to do. Broadcasting live from Brent Morris Bomb Shelter and Missile Silos in the heart of beautiful downtown Pekin. It's Tuesday Modern. Hello, everyone. I'm Evil Bob, your resident head in the box, and we've got a great match for you tonight. We start a little bit. Due to technical difficulties, we started deep into the first match, or first game of Master Snell versus Damien, and the ultimate outcome of that match, as you were able to see but not hear, is Damien going down, which is why he's in the Cool Kid bracket, playing up against Sambroco and Call the Wild. Oh wow, I feel so bad. Nothing's going quite right. So anyway, then I put up a graphic for all the information, and I just read the information to you, but in between rounds I'll make sure to go back and talk it up quite a bit more. Sambo trying to get through. He's got Galta on the field. Big Texas Galta. Yeah, bang bang. And yeah. So oh. Wow. Oh, I feel so terrible. I feel absolutely terrible. Okay. But Sambo's going, let's hear, Caston playing Big Texas Galta. He's got Garuk's Horde down on the table this time, and yeah, we're seeing where we're at now. Let's see here. With Big Texas Galta comes Big Texas Galta. Yeah! Bang bang. Sambo's got Big Texas Galta on the board. She gonna be rocking and a rolling and a hipping and a hopping and a bipping and a bopping. Wow. I thought I have no excuse. None whatsoever. Whoa, that is a bad color. What in the world is going on here? I gotta get my standard deck set up soon for that event I'm going to. Sad it's a standard tourney, but it's the only one near me. I get it. I understand that. They push standard, and honestly, standard is not too bad right now. It's very flavorful. It's got a lot of diverse mechanics going on with it. It seems like it's more than 3 decks at the moment, so seems pretty ding dong diggly good. Now why, select none, did this export with big old green background? But no, I mean, it's not too bad. The standard deck that I threw together, because standard seemed like a fun dip in this little kiddie pool for now, I put Boros Goblins together, and it doesn't perform too terribly bad. So let's see, what's that? No, you were not supposed to be like weird neon greeny. Let's delete. Why? So Sambo is just playing a whole bunch of creatures. And he's setting up at 27 life right now. Seems to be good. Damien's still sitting behind his fogs. Yeah, there's like 7 top tier decks right now, which is pretty good. I know! When you can have a diverse set of decks that are easily to go around, and there's not just one overbearing type in the format, yeah, then it's a pretty fun format. And for the time being, and I think for as long as we're on Ravnica, or for maybe for the next year, possibly year and a half, Standard might be actually fun for a while. Kind of like a Con Standard was pretty fun to play, but no, not the Kaladesh Standard. The whole bogging down with energy and the whole fast Ramnap everything. Nah, between Amonkhet and Kaladesh, that was just not a fun Standard format. It was so terrible. Terrible. Ooh, tutelage! Doing some work on Sambo's deck. Now, let's try this again. Select. And delete. File. Select none. File. Export. Call the Wild one. Oh, it's the format. I am a dumbass. And Sambo gets milled out. Turbofog does what Turbofog is meant to do. Keeps the big nasty baddies off the field, or on the field, but just so far away. You got 2 Karns from pre-release? Oh, that's so good. Oh, it's so good. I didn't know you got 2 Karns from your pre-release. Your M19 box draft is tomorrow, right? You said that was happening on the 2nd with you and your buddies at your house. Damien picks up the win for the big Blueski. Oh, you already did it. Or did you say it was like next Tuesday 2 weeks ago? I got Tuesday and the 2nd mixed up. It happens a lot. How did it go? Did you get anything good? I mean, M19 was not a bad set. Not by any stretch of the imagination. There was some good stuff. You got the Elder Dragons. You got all the good stuff. And all right. Now this will work. Okay. I was gonna say don't have another background, but it did. You got, oh, you did get a Vivian. Chromium's cool. I like him. He's pretty. He's a very prolific commander in Commander. Apparently, Chromium Voltron is a deck that people like to play. He's a good one for it, so there's no reason not to. But yeah, Vivian, she's good. She just only 4 people showed up, so what we did was like 5 packs per person. I made things really fun. See, with 4 people, it's not too bad either, because you can still do 3 packs, and you can draft a box with 3 people like 4 times, 3 or 4 times. Or with 4 people 3 or 4 times, and it turns out pretty good. And then you can like even though like 2-headed giant or something like that, and like really change up the format from here to here. But no, I mean that's still good. 5 packs per person. That's a pretty hefty draft, and it's still pretty good. I like it. I dig it completely. Theonur approves. Effects, layout. Let's enhance that for the resize. There we go. Big Texas Galta calling the wild. Call the wild! Call the wild, Sambo.
Big Texas Galta, bang bang, call the wild.
Big salty. Yeehaw! Bang, bang! God, wow. 2-1, that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. That means that, you know, you were that much better than the competition. And I'm still so very glad that you're here. I hope you're having fun with it. This game is just so great. It's so much fun. And you know, you find your own piece of it and just go for it, man. I still can't believe you got boxes for $20 a pop. That's the insane part. Woo! All right, Sambo starting off strong with a Llanowar Elf. Tapping the elf. So, swinging with the elf. Get that damage where you can, because fogs are coming. I do love how the fog deck has no fogs in it. It's not green, so it doesn't run fog. It runs fog effects, but then again, mill decks do not run mill stone anymore, so it's just the mill effect. So I guess I can see it. I don't know if I like it. It should have just been Holy Day, you know, but I have the dumbest of answers. Shoot. What exactly is Legacy? Okay. Legacy is the next step up from Modern. Modern is essentially an unending standard. And the starting point they pick for it is Mirrodin. So the birth of the modern border, and then every set that was in standard is a modern legal card from that point on. That's how modern works. Standard rotates every 2 years, but legacy and vintage allow for the play of every card that has been printed in Magic the Gathering, aside from the ban list. And when they revamped all of the ban lists and like simplified it, it used to be the only banned cards in vintage were the 9 anti cards, Chaos, and the dexterity cards, Chaos Orb and Falling Star. Those were the only banned cards in vintage. They have an extensive restricted list, which means you can only play 1 per deck, which include the Power 10 and a bunch of other cards, but you can still play them. Vintage doesn't have a restricted list. It's like Legacy, or no, Legacy is like Vintage, but without a restricted list. And pretty much anything that's on the banned restricted list in Vintage is just flat out banned in Legacy. So no Moxen, no Lotus, no like Time Walk, Time Twister, Time. None of that. I mean, all you just got to look at the ban list, and there's a lot of cards on it, but there's a lot of but it can be simplified down as like, well, the 9 Annie cards, because Annie has been removed from Magic because it's meant to be a fun game that doesn't require gambling to play. All of the conspiracies are banned. You can't play a conspiracy because they require you to draft them. Now, if you draft out of conspiracy, then you can play conspiracies, but the conspiracy cards themselves, the card type conspiracy, is banned. Can't use them. And then the contraptions are also banned, as long as any silver bordered card. So any of the uncards that are not basic lands. So Vintage is indeed the largest card pool in Magic, aside from Tabletop. Tabletop, you know, the freeform is technically the largest card pool because it's every card. Vintage is the largest card pool of organized play, and then Legacy. Legacy's got a power level. Vintage and Legacy have a power level that's just so up there. Legacy's expensive because you still use duels. You use duels. There's a lot of cards that are just super expensive, like Mishra's Workshop and Tabernacle of Pendrell Vale and the duels and Bazaar of Wonder or Bazaar of Baghdad. There's just so many like one of or just like singular super expensive cards, but you need a play set of them to play in Vintage because there's nothing restricted. So if it's legal, you can play a 4 of. But yeah, it's just not a super. Yeah, Grixis Delver. Yeah, because but look at the cards in it. I mean, there's a lot there, and one of the top tier Vintage deck or Legacy decks was Miracles, but the Sensei's Divining Top got banned like 2 years ago now, and it's made that deck virtually unplayable because you can't just run over. Yeah, Vintage. See, Vintage is no joke because when you play Vintage, if you want to have a chance to be competitive in Vintage, you're running the Power 9, at least the Moxen and Lotus, because it's free mana. And the Lotus itself is like a $10,000 card. The Moxen go from 3 to 8,000 a piece. So, yeah, Vintage is no joke. It's massively insane, the price of Vintage. And the reason that it is that expensive is because all of those needed necessity cards are on the reserve list of cards to never be printed again. So they can do it in the digital because they're not printed in the digital. They're just coded in the digital. So what? So with Moto Magic Online, the Power and the Power and Lotus are significantly more available than a lot of cards. Some of the most expensive cards in paper are some of the cheapest cards online. Like the Moxen, I don't even know what they go for online, but I know it's nowhere near. It's not even 1% of what they go for in the paper world. Is there a payout for playing Vintage? Like winning, is it worth it to play? Let's find out. It's almost not worth it to be a professional Magic player, period, because the pay. Well, until 2019. 2019, they've announced that they're dumping $10 million into the tournament pool because Magic is being recognized as an official esport now. So it's got that next tier layer. But let's see here, Vintage Tournament. Let's see what the payout for a Vintage tournament is. Damien took 2 more damage, probably from his own shock. The Magic World Champion pits 24 of the world's great pros against each other to see who win the biggest title Magic has to offer, with a prize purse of $300,000. Pro points at stake in each match, but pro points have been disbanded. Yeah, I don't know when this was. But yeah, they don't put on a Vintage tournament like ever. But when you do see a Vintage tournament, yeah, the prize pool is usually going to be a big draw. Either the top prizes like Moxen or something, you know, to make it worth your while to go to the event. Let's see here. To be qualified for it, you need to win a pro tour during the current season, Be one of the pro point leaders in your region. Finish the season with the most constructed matches from Swiss rounds and invitational format pro tours. Finish the season with the most limited match points from Swiss rounds and individual format pro tours. Earn one of the top ranked slots awarded to players with the highest pro point totals in the season that did not already receive an invite to the World Championships. Let's see here. Premier level tournament information. Where's meaning deck list, slow play, sleeves and facings, match results and recording, player conduct, appeals. Yeah, that's just the rules. Let's see here. Grand Prix events, Magic Gathering, online format challenges, constructed events. Prize payout for, oh, that's LGS. Recent vintage tournaments. Oh no, these are just the deck prices. It doesn't say how much they paid out. But I mean, a dredge deck went 5-0 on a December 23rd tournament, and their dredge deck was only a little over $6,000. It looks like dredge is the cheapest deck to build, with its pieces being hovering around the $6,000 mark. Everything else, it just jumps from there. You know, 20, 23,000, 32,000, 30,000, 33,000, 34,000, 29. Yeah, everything else is just, if it's not dredge, it's a 5-digit deck price. But that's vintage. It's just disgusting. But it's I don't know what the top 8 paid out. Let's see if I can find that. Go back. You're not going to cooperate, are you? Damien's looking to deck out Sambo. Again, Sambo has a Thorn Elemental in play. He does have the Call of the Wild, but he's not really able to do anything because Damien has him in the Fog lockdown. He is drawing enough cards that he should not miss a Fog for the rest of the game. And Sambo pretty much knows it, and he's just playing it out because we're here to have fun. Log. Prize pool for the main event, GP. Okay. Okay, here we go. Prize money. But the GP Vegas was modern. This isn't vintage. Legacy format. Oh. Okay. Well, all right. So it looks like the payout was the same for all three tournaments: the Legacy, Sealed, and Booster Draft. Legacy Limited Day 1. Oh, okay. It was a 3-stage tournament in Vegas on the 17th. Day 1 was Legacy. Day 2 was Draft, and day Legacy Limited, and Modern. And the first place payout was $10,000. 10,000, then 5,000 to 2,500 for 3 and 4. Top 8 gets at least 1,500. But that was GP Vegas, which was a little bit different. But the winner gets 10K, and the sum of all paid places is around 50,000. Yeah. Yeah. So the last vintage payout was 10,000 to the winner. So yeah, it's pretty much you play vintage because you like playing that level of power. You're capable of holding on to that level of power. But yeah, I don't know what the payouts are going to be like this year, but I know a lot of them are based around Arena, which is standard right now. So I don't know if there's going to be a vintage payout this year, but I don't know. In their upcoming events, they say there is going to be a vintage tournament with a $300,000 payout, but I don't know what exactly that means. So, but again, they said they're dumping $10 million into Magic tournaments this year. So, I'm just as curious to find out what's going on. But yeah, vintage is the largest prize pool. Legacy can be fun. You can still do some weird, wonky legacy stuff. Like my legacy deck, I use ley lines. It's a ley line deck. It runs play sets, so 4 of Leyline of Sanctity, Leyline of the Void, Leyline of Anticipation, Leyline of Life Force, and then 3. Wait, both of the green ones. Yeah, both of the green ones. The black one, the blue one. The Anticipation. The other blue one is I think is rubbish. 4 of the Leyline of Sanctity and 3 of the Leyline of the Meek. And it plays off of all those enchantments coming into play like super quick. Jackson. And it relies on getting those ley lines in your opening hand, because if you have them in your hand, they come out to play for free. And then you lay down a Sarah's Sanctum, which is a land out of Urza's Saga that taps for white mana equal to the number of enchantments you have in play. So it has potential to be a turn 1 win if you have the right combination of cards. So you have at least 5 ley lines, because they're 4/4s. When you man them up with Opalescence, which is another Urza's Saga enchantment that costs 2 white, 2 colorless. It says all enchantments become creatures with a power toughness equal to their CMC. And then the alternate way it wins is using the Leyline of Void in a Helm of Obedience, which is out of Visions, I think. And it's a 4-drop artifact with X activation. Target player puts the top X cards of their library into their graveyard until a creature is put into the graveyard, at which point you put that creature into play under your control. But with the way that Leyline of the Void is worded, Leyline says that they never touch the graveyard. They are instead exiled. So because no creature is ever put into the graveyard, you just mill out their entire deck with 1 activation of the Helm with a Void, Leyline of the Void in play. And it looks like it is Damien. Again, it's a Damien Knight playing against Jackson. And I don't know what Jackson's playing, but we about to find out. And Damian did pull out the victory over Sambroco, which puts him at 1-1 on the year. What are you doing? Aren't you playing?
No, I was playing Dad. I just gave him the win. He's playing something fast as usual. I can't do anything. But I have a surprise. I have 2 surprise guests with me.
Okay.
I have a Call of the Wild.
Call the Wild.
And okay, let me do it. Big Texas Galta, yeehaw, bang bang, Call the Wild.
See, we actually had it going here. Call the Wild. That is your boy Sambroco. We got Poltrox in chat, Sambo.
Poltrox?
Is there a format? Okay, let's see. I'ma sell my house and get a vintage deck. If you can sell your house for that much, I mean, I'm all for it. Let's see. Is there a format we can play more than one Black Lotus? No.
Now, Poltrox. I have one question for you.
Apparently, I didn't kick on my mic until into the first game of the second match, so...
So it's been silence of the...
It was silence of the first round, and I felt really bad.
Okay, so Poltrox, I have a question. Will you play Fortnite with me sometimes if I add you on my Xbox?
I thought you already did that.
Yeah,
No,
You were already set up with him. I thought you already added him as a friend.
but I need to add him on my Xbox account
So
so
add him-
that I
we
can
had
play
this
during the
conversation like
league.
6 months ago.
We did.
So if you get a...
Sounds like Sambo's been avoiding him the entire time.
No,
I mean,
he's never been online.
I mean, Sambo is the guy who has been carried by a 7-year-old in Fortnite.
No! You need to not talk about that. Okay, so it was me and my dad's friend's kid.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, go ahead and tell the story how a 7-year-old carried you in Fortnite.
I told her exactly what to do.
Uh-huh.
She had no weapon. She just hid in a box.
So you told her to hide in a box.
No, she just ran away from me when I was fighting 2 duos.
So
And
what?
hid in a
So
box.
so your previous statement of "I just told her exactly what to do" was not true.
Yeah, I told her what to do, and I told her, "Hey, come help me." She didn't get hit at all. I got hit like once,
Well-
and she just ran away
Well,
to the extra map.
apparently, since she didn't die, and it sounds like she would have died had she followed your instructions, doing her own playing of the game on her own,
But she wouldn't, because if she would have shot the...
she lived and carried you
She
to
had all,
victory.
She had all the good guns.
Two Sphinx's tutelages?
He has 2 Sphinx's tutelages. What in the world is Jackson playing?
He's
Restore
playing
balance.
Border.
Oh, it's balance. Okay.
restore
Yeah, the
balance.
restore balance to Cascade. That's right. Jackson.
Just call it as some random border post deck. Restoring the border. Balancing with
Really?
border post.
Yeah, Damien thought you were laughing maniacally because you knew what deck I was playing too.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I'm like, no,
I
Rob
got-
doesn't know.
No.
I got Let's Go Pikachu too. I got a Switch for Christmas.
I love the matchup
Congrats.
where I sideboard out all of my Dredge 5 cards.
Yeah, I got Let's Go Pikachu, and then my grandma gave me $60, so with that I bought the new Legend of Zelda game, and that's what I've been playing. I'm almost done with it.
I can't get enough of Smash Ultimate.
I don't like Smash.
Because you get carried by 7-year-olds in Fortnite.
No, I was playing with some 6-year-old, and actually,
And got totally wrecked. I
no,
get it.
I completely wrecked him. We played 2 games, and I played with characters that I've never played with before.
Excuses.
They didn't kill me once, and I killed them like 10
Poltrox
times.
is going to sell his house and build a vintage deck. What do you think about that?
Wow. I don't know if that's going to be possible. It's going to be pretty hard.
You sold your house, and you had any equity. I guess you gotta have some equity.
Yeah, you have to have some...
You know,
Okay.
you know, I did
He
look.
got 2 cards in the pre-release.
I mean,
You know, on their, you know, the World Championships, which is probably not recent because they're still talking about pro points. with a purse of $300,000, which
That's the combined first.
I know that's the combined purse, but there's still a pretty big chunk for winning that one.
Yeah. I think it was 25 or 30,000.
Yeah, see that? And if they got that, then top 8 gets paid out probably at least 2,000.
So what you gotta do is you just
I mean,
gotta
Worlds
pray.
is like 30 people,
Right.
and everyone. I think they get like 10.
Mm.
Yeah, there. I mean, it's top 8. I mean, it's like 10. Yeah, the Worlds pays decent. I mean, probably 10,000 to
Right, see?
8. And
I know you get
That's
like
pretty good.
100,000.
all I have to do is be one of the 30 best players in the world.
Exactly.
Okay,
But-
Bull Trucks.
I mean, if he can pull 2 cards in his pre-release pack, then you can do anything.
Right.
I
doesn't have anything
blinked. I think Damien lost that one. I'm
Um,
gonna guess he was cascading pretty hard.
I don't think.
I don't know. I don't even unless he got rid of the tutelages. I don't think he.
I don't think he has a way.
Who won that one?
I don't think they heard. Can I play Kirby?
I got my face wrecked.
He must have.
Just checking.
He must have gotten Terasti out.
Can I play Korean cards at my
Terasti.
eBay
Probably
I'm
reanimated
going to
Terasti.
go to? I'm
Yeah.
assuming that's
Oh,
a
yeah,
event
yeah.
I'm going to
You
go
can.
to.
You
That
can
is the kicker. He's milling him, and he has a reanimation package. He has
Oh.
burial rights to Rastodon.
Oh.
And then he milled over those 2 cards. And,
Right. Yeah, that's also a very good point. Do you have to play English cards when you go to an event?
no.
Okay. So no, you can play your Korean cards.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Play those Korean. Wait. Are the 2 cards Korean?
No.
Yeah, you can play anyone you want. If your opponent needs Oracle text, you just ask for a judge.
Right. Yeah. So no,
Okay.
you play whatever cards you want, and if they don't know what it is, or if they want to know what it is, then they'll call a judge to have them read the oracle to them. So
I have one question for
I didn't
Bull
think it was
Trucks.
limited to that. Or
No. In fact, for one of those hilarious stories that I
Are-
remember Brad telling me is he borrowed his friend's Death and Taxes deck, and it's foreign. Round 1, game 1. Judge, I need an Oracle text for one of my cards.
Good going, Sambo.
Okay, so Bull Trucks. There's one last question about your cards. Are they foil? Are they foil corns?
No, that's the weird thing. He got 2 cards. Neither of them were his promo.
Promo.
Yeah, he legitimately pulled 2 cards. Sambo,
Sorry.
put him in the
pre-
bag.
No pre-release, no pack foil? Or was there
No,
pack foil?
no, their normal occurrence. He got 2 cards out of 2 of his packs, or a card out of 2 of his packs.
Oh, and he's got 4 cards, right?
No, it's just 2 cards
No,
for trucks.
because he got 2 cards out of the M19 draft.
Oh yeah. And he got 2 cards out of his Return to Ravnica draft, and
Never not have it.
that's right.
He's gotten 2 cards out of every draft.
Just try to prove I didn't pull him in this set. That's the bracket way.
Right. This is only my 7th pre-release in 3 hours. I don't know. I totally ripped this pure Demir pool.
Right.
Why are you ripping apart an island?
He just got a Black Lotus out of an M19 pack. See, you make that kind of joke, but when the original Zendikar came around, they actually seeded power and old power cards into those packs. They were the first treasure hunt packs.
And I didn't tell anybody about it.
They did not tell anybody about it. The first printing of Zendikar, you were able to crack open a pack and you could have gotten a Black Lotus. You could pull Moxen. You could have gotten a duel.
Yep.
They seeded them pretty well, and then when Theros or Journey to Nyx was around, they created the actual God pack. You could crack a pack of Journey to Nyx
Have it all 15 guys.
and have all 15 gods as your 15 cards in that pack. Wizards, for as many times as they mess up, they have pulled off some pretty nifty stuff.
They're also notorious now for, I mean, they always show up, like, in this Ravnica cassette, someone will open some uncommons from the next one.
Yeah, yeah.
And then post
That
it
was
up.
the other thing that was weird. It was Dominaria packs, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In Dominaria, people were opening M19 commons and uncommons.
Yeah, that's happened a few different times.
Yeah. And it's
Is the moon
just
glowing?
weird. Nope, the moon is gone. It got negated. That's what happened to the moon.
The Moonies of Floods.
I don't know what you just said.
Yeah, I pointed out to him last Friday that against Mylene, he definitely should have signed out his blood moon. Granted, his deck was so horribly stacked against
Oh,
it,
Poltrox has got to
against the
go, I
mono
think.
plains deck.
Hey, thanks for stopping by, Poltrox. We'll be back on Thursday. I will be there this time.
He did say be right back.
Oh. Sambo, I swear to your
I
God.
thought Poltrox has to leave for like a minute or two. Probably.
Put them in your bag. Put them in your bag.
First, I have a question.
I will get your dad.
Okay. If you roll a dice, can you get 2? If you roll 2 dice, can you get 2?
Yeah, they can come up ones.
But then that's just 1.
No. If you roll 2 dice and they both say 1, that's 2.
It's some math. And if you roll a 6-sided die, it has the actual 2 on it.
Now, if you roll 2 dice,
You can't get a 1.
you cannot get a 1.
But you can. You want to see?
No, one of them
One
can
of
be a
them.
1.
You can't get a sum total.
You can't get a sum total of a 1, Sambo.
You can't get a 1.
Leave them in the bag.
You can roll 2 dice and get a 2. But it will also be a 1.
Jackson goes attacking with the Stormbreath Dragon. He doesn't forget that thing is protection from White and Hasty. And a... What's that?
Holiday.
No, that's a... Is that a...
I don't know, it's a fog.
I know, yeah. Well, yeah, it is a Holy Day. He got Holy Dayed, but... Oh!
It is not, however, protection from Get Wrecked Scrub.
What was that? That was a mare. What was that? It was a white mare of some sort.
Cool Ranch Ritos.
Yeah. The superior Rito.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
OG, only way. OG Doritos aren't just the best Doritos, they're the only Dorito that are recognized by the International Stone Convention. of
Right, right.
1999.
And then they created the best Dorito, Cool Ranch. They're like, these Doritos are really good, and they are.
Bob, Poltrox
I was
has a
like,
question.
how can we make it better? I know.
I'm not a big fan of the ranch. So.
Well, that's why you're wrong. I am actually a teetotaler.
I have a favorite choice of beer. It's
It's whatever's left in Dad's canner.
no, it's the kind with the roots.
My
To be fair, yeah.
my fondest memories of beer are of PBR, because when I was a wee lad of 5, my babysitters, Donna and Amos, Grandma and Grandpa Jernigan, were he would come home from doing what he was doing, and he'd sit down, and whenever he would when he'd crack his beer, I'd get first sip. I don't know why, but it was like an honor thing. You know, it was like I get the first sip of Grandpa's beer,
I think things
and that's all it was just a sip. Ray Jean will tell stories that there was a day that Grandpa cracked it and just started drinking it, and I got so upset that he had to get another one. But and despite that, he passed in 2007. So I didn't know him long as far as the memory, but I have strong fond memories of him.
2007.
Or no, 87.
Okay. It's like, wait.
Yeah, 87.
I don't have many memories. That beer really blew up some cells. I know we came out of a blackout about 2005.
Yeah, but yeah, he left us pretty young, because I believe he was born in 20, which means he was only 66 when he died.
Huh.
And I didn't think about that. I thought he was a little bit older than that, but no, he left us pretty early, so he was probably still working at the time. I know he was Bemis, I believe.
Okay.
But
That's a thing.
but yeah, if like I never drank. I never grew up drinking. You know, I'll have the celebratory champagne. I'll have the nip of wine in an event, but no, I don't drink. So I guess if you had to ask, I would say
Poltrox
PBR.
has a valid point.
When you are out drinking with friends, I don't have those kinds of friends.
You have Dad. He goes out drinking sometimes.
But I don't go out drinking with him. Oh, that reminds me of my tradition in Korea. When you go, he's leading into it. You can never pour your own drink if you have to do everyone else, and someone else can do your drink.
So you're Korean, Poltrox?
Well, no, he's not Korean. I don't think he is Korean, but he learned Korean, and that's how he learned to play Magic. Was his Korean instructor taught him how to play Magic using his Korean cards. And he's gone to Korea a couple times, and
Now he has
I don't think you're Korean. I think it's just like the because you didn't look Korean, but then again, I only saw the back of your Jufro-y head.
Wait. Well, Poltrox.
No, I'm not Korean. I'm straight. Yeah, 100%. I got that, but I know you really. I know you're like really into the Korean.
What is Caucasian?
White.
Oh.
100% white guy.
He's
Okay.
100% pure cracker. He is saltines all the way.
100. It's not just that. It's 100% Western European.
Poltrox, I have to ask you, are you proud of my hair?
Yeah, Sambo's growing out into his Jufro-iness. Pretty soon he'll be bowling. He's following in your footsteps, man.
You taught me.
I know what you're doing.
Wow. That's impressive.
Pull up a chair during the broadcast.
Yeah. So,
Someone's playing Magic, but we have no idea what's going on.
No.
it's just Jackson and Damien.
Well, if I have a poodle, then you have like some.
I can barely see from this angle, and if Damien has lands, it means he hasn't resolved restore balance in a while.
Right.
And
There's a problem.
Did you have a good Christmas?
Yeah.
Did you have a good New Year's?
I stayed up till 1 o'clock in the morning.
well,
Didn't
still
go
happening.
where?
We didn't go to the place
What place?
where they celebrate New Year.
You don't celebrate at your house? Stay up till midnight and play Zelda?
Yeah, you
That's
got
what
to stay up till
I
midnight
did.
last night, right?
No.
Gonna have words with your father.
Yeah.
I stayed up till midnight playing Fort.
The little girl that you hear is Mr. 31's daughter.
The good.
The good one.
Why the good one? Well, will she be Mrs. 32 someday?
No, that'd be weird.
I mean, she could be Mrs. 32 if she picks
Right.
up Magic and top 32 is an event.
All right, with the both of you, 4 on the floor. Come on. I mean it.
Okay.
When you're over 18, you can determine your chair status.
Right. Or at least when you're not, at least when Bob's not
Yeah.
marginally responsible for it.
I'm not responsible.
Oh, and
I
there
said
goes the
marginal.
restore balance, and Damien
If
is.
you knock your ass out and get your head bled all over the place,
Okay, I don't care.
Your dream is to have a little girl? Well, I mean, I hope you go through the proper channels to have that dream, because you can get into a lot of trouble, doing it the wrong way. So
Or you can just go to adoption.
that's
That
part of
is
the.
a
That's a
channel?
proper channel.
yeah.
I'm just saying, it's like, one of my dreams is to have a little girl. It's like
Don't kidnap.
that one.
It's like, stay away from the kidnapping. They frown on this.
So what's your name? Ashley. I knew that. See, I was testing to make sure you knew that.
Because
Lost both of
you,
your front teeth, huh?
because
No
you,
whistling for Christmas, huh?
Bob.
What?
And it's because you didn't actually know that you were checking to see if you knew that.
What are you talking about?
I knew the truth about how you were talking. So did you get a little girl, or do you get the point?
No, he got the point.
Okay.
He's saying don't worry.
Well,
I'm not going to tell you again.
Sorry. We're allowed.
See, I will get your father.
You're like my teacher at school.
Right. There's a reason they're like that.
There's this person who's always like on one leg. And then what he did one time when he was told to get on when he was told to put 4 legs on,
Right.
he just put his hands on the ground.
Yeah. That kind of snarkiness is why you get in trouble.
He had like his legs up on his desk, and then he put his hands in between his legs.
My doctor was teasing me saying there might be a 6-foot Korean baby running around in Korea right now. Yeah, we know what you're talking about.
I have no idea.
Not until you're older. So.
You've had is it not good to pat somebody's
I will lay you flat, boy.
I'm gonna go get my dad then.
Good. He'll back me.
He probably will. He likes Bob better than you.
It was like, did he have
Good
a good?
boy.
Did he have a good reason? That's the, that's the question. It's like, did he have a good reason? And your answer will be yes.
No, because I've patted your leg. Is it not nice?
Oh, okay. Well, joke's on her. You took it from her.
Yeah.
You usurped that. It was like, well, I'm keeping Korea. It's like, no, you can't. It's mine. It's like, you introduced me to Korea. I'm keeping it. It's how I envision your voice, like very John Heder. It's like, I'm going to Korea. I'm going to stay there. You can't keep it from me.
Can I go on Twitch right now and go back in the stream and clip that?
Sure, I don't care. You can grab it from YouTube later if you want.
I am clipping that and posting it on my YouTube channel.
Good for you.
That's fine. Then Bob will file a copyright strike against you and you can take it down.
And now I'm the president of Korea. Go.
What?
Time to get going, buddy.
First, I have to tell Poltrock something.
He got carried by a 7-year-old in Fortnite.
No! Okay.
Yeah. I believe you're the president of Korea.
So do I.
President
So
of the unified Korea.
Poltrox, if you want to see more streams if you want to see me more, I'm starting up a YouTube channel. It's going to be Sambo Baggins Gaming with a singular G in Baggins.
So Bagans?
Because Baggins is taken.
No, it's because I don't want to get copyrighted.
No, for sure you're good on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's going to be with 2 G's.
Assuming it's available.
And that's going to be my Twitch
Yeah,
channel.
assume, and you just said you just said you're gonna make it to the internet. It's gone now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
Yeah,
1G.
Poltrox is like
Right.
registering. It's like 1G. I better do both just to be sure.
Right.
Or wait, I'm sorry. I better do both just to be sure.
I'm going to do a random number of... Just don't take 2 G's. I'm going to do 2 G's. And if that's taken, I'm going to do 1 G. And that's going to be my...
G-O-B-A-G-I-N-S.
And that is going to be my Twitch and YouTube channel. And then my Mixer channel, which is run by Microsoft, is... It's like
Like the rest of the world.
CAGYGULL and then a bunch of random numbers. So...
The random numbers might be important to know at some point.
That's a fist.
No, that is a thumbs up.
Well, there's also a fist involved. Did you tell him about the Fisty Buttholes game?
Thumbs up.
Last
to my
night.
head and the bottom.
Last night I played a fantastic new game.
I have to go. Bye.
You do have to go.
Bye.
Don't trip over my cord.
Bye, Snow.
Cheers.
Bye, Poltrock.
Here,
Yeah,
crawl.
bye, Poltrock.
Crawl under here. Or
No. I'm
you
kidding.
are going to unplug everything.
No, I'm not. I didn't unplug everything. Until no. Bye.
Bye, Sam Barocco. No, last night, Damien cannot win this game. Well, he's rebuilding nicely until another whatever happens. But
Bring to Light is resolving.
oh, Bring to Light is resolving.
What?
Monkey?
That's what the fight was over?
I forgot my cards.
There's a Bring to Light.
Bring to Light to get a monkey.
That is...
Seems good. Bye, Sambo.
Bye.
I mean, it's a clock. What's the white card? I don't...
That one? That's that white mare. It's out of it's an elemental out of Shadowmoor, I believe, or Eventide.
If that's legitimately what Jackson went for, I'm pretty sure he's going to lose. Damien's drawing 4 cards a turn.
Elemental is white and is legal in modern. It is.
It's not Revelark, is no.
Yeah, it's Wismare. I knew it was a mare of some sorts. When it comes to play destroy an enchantment, evoke 1. So it's an enchantment destroyer. But no, last night played a new kickstarted game that my friend brought over. I think it was called on the box Escape
from
the
some kind of it's got
or it's
castle
like
in it.
Escape from the Castle Escape from the Dark Dungeon or something like that. It's pretty easy to learn. It's a dice rolling game. But the icons on the dice are a fist, an eyeball, and it looks like an asterisk, but ultimately it looked like a butthole. So it very quickly became the fisty butthole game. Because we're rolling fists and buttholes. So yeah, we had white buttholes and black buttholes, and white fists and black fists pounding those white and black buttholes. All the while other people were watching the fisting of the buttholes. So no matter what the game is originally called, it's forever now known as the fisty butthole game. I know, right? Everybody loves fisty buttholes. I think I need a new charger cord, because this one is barely keeping it from draining too fast.
Yeah, you're what, 21%?
No, I was at like 34%.
So yeah,
now I'm at 24%. Is that a Gargadon?
Yeah.
Okay, so he can get rid of his own lands to force the, creatures and lands to force the...
Yeah, Damien's going to win this game.
Lots of stuff going on. Are we discussing what's happening, or is he like AJ telling him goodbye, or Danzy telling him goodbye? But Bring to Light to get a monkey. It just seems funny. And we are going to Cascade again. He has no targets. It's all lands. Or they're expensive. Wow. Okay. Yeah, Damien is in good shape.
Damien's got this.
Yeah.
There's no way. He's drawing 5 cards a turn.
Yeah.
Which means he only needs... I mean, that he's got...
He does have a beast within, but...
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Damien also has to cast a fog every turn for the rest of the game. And he sees 5 cards, which means this game can't go on more than another 2 or 3 turns. He can even take a hit.
Alright.
Yeah. When he went to Bring to Light and all he could do was the Simian Spirit guy,
Yeah.
that was it. I mean, right now, a Restore Balance, even if he gets rid of all his lands, a Restore Balance resolving, Armageddoning and Wrath of Godding, and then
Right.
having a Gargadon come off is like the only
Right.
out that he would have. But he doesn't.
And he just gained 5 life. So
Yeah. Yeah. As long as Damien can pass
Wait.
with 2 mana up.
it shuffles the whole graveyard in? I thought it just
Elixir
shuffled
of
itself
Immortality?
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it just shuffled
Yep.
itself in.
It is Felden's Cane plus gain 5.
Oh, okay.
And shuffles itself in.
And
instead.
itself. Okay. All right,
Yep.
boys. I gotta hop off. I'll see you later. I should be here next Thursday. Well, I'll see you next Thursday then.
Have a good one.
Have a good one, Poltrox. Thanks for coming out. Love you as always. Sorry about the audio issues, but thank you for bringing it to my attention. Oh.
So I got the year off to a good start. Undefeated today.
Oh yeah, that's right. You went through Damien, then you went through
Yeah, Danzig.
Danzig. Oh, okay.
And then AJ and I split.
And then Sam gave Game 3 to Danzig because he didn't want to play. Because he knew he couldn't outrace Danzig. Alright.
Yep. Creeping Chill is a busted magic card.
Well, yeah. Beast within his own thing to get another attacker on the board. Draw 3. Go attacking into a fog.
I mean, you've got exactly 1 game max to take. 2 dream actions. Draw a card, turn your creature sideways, and say go.
On the other bad thing is, yep, holy day. The other thing is, if he does only have lands left in his deck, then the Morning Tide, the Clash one is going to say your stuff doesn't untap. If he can pull something other than a land as the Clash, but
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I know it doesn't matter, but it's still fun.
Yeah, this is, as they say, this is garbage time.
Damien draws 3 and casts Tutelage. Nail in the coffin. Overkill. Win more.
Draw. Both draw, then mill, then...
In response, get a Beast Within, and that gets negated. And that gets... What? Oh, is that the, like, Twin Bolt or...
No, it's the one that changes the target of a spell. So he changes the negate's target to itself.
Or not Twin Bolt, but
Or-
Reiterate.
No, not to itself. You change the target of negate to that spell. When
Yeah.
the spell resolves, but then negate.
Right. You countered your own spell, ultimately. Or,
Oh,
Yeah.
but he has a beast. Gargadon doesn't trample, right?
no, I don't think it has evasion at all. It's just a biggie.
Okay. Well, that's important, because... Not that I think it matters, but
Oh, right.
Damien might have... I mean, Damien, if he hasn't made a land drop, it's fine. But Damien tapped out for that.
Gargadon does not
Okay. It's
trample.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Actually, he doesn't... He would have lethal without a blocker. If the and the Gargadon can come off suspend.
Right.
I mean, 2, 4, 6.
Ooh, just evensies.
Now, if he has a removal spell.
Point of order. You've already drawn. You missed your upkeep trigger. But anyway, as I was rambling on in the silent section of this broadcast, my background is the Boggart in Phoenix because we are entering the 12th month of backgrounds. Because it all started with Black History Month, where we looked at the vast history of the most prolific black cards in history.
No. Get Gargadon off first. I mean, you're going to block Gargadon, I guess, but still, it's... I still don't think he's got it. 3, 6, or 4, 8.
I don't even know what that thing does.
+1/+0 to all attacking creatures. Now, if he has a demonic dread, it's over.
So
You have to block Gargadon.
block the Gargadon.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's not lethal.
Yeah.
It's too short.
You have to block the Gargadon. Declare the declare the Gargadon blocked. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That mare was
Yeah. I mean, Violent Outburst is only +1/+0, I believe.
the Wisp mare is a 1.
Yeah.
So
It's 8 base
2, 4,
plus-
5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It was 16.
What?
It was the
Base
2
8.
monkeys.
So, yeah.
So 2, yeah.
2, 4.
2,
Then
4.
5.
2, 4, 8, and then another 8 because there were 4.
Wait, there were 2 monkeys.
2 monkeys, a
beast.
beast, a mare.
So
That's 4 creatures. That's 8 more damage. Base 8 plus 8 is 16. He killed him evensies.
Oh. Yeah. I just missed count.
Yeah. I don't know where you were.
I was only count. I wasn't getting 2 off of the beast for some reason.
But yeah, evensies.
7, 8, 8.
That's harsh. Oh, that's so mean.
Ooh, stole that one.
Whew.
Damien shoved and
Yeah. Poor Damien.
he took a I can't lose to.
Yeah. Damien. Second loss. It was a Damien night.
Yeah, he was all 3. He's. Ugh. You have the win in hand.
Texas. 1 win, no losses, no draws. Huh.
All right. Well, that was unexpected. An unexpected ending on a
Wow.
final card of the deck.
Damn.
That's why I say when you're ahead, think about ways you can lose the game.
Right. Wow.
If you just pass with 3 clogs up. Ugh,
Wow.
that is one hell. That's a highlight for 2019.
Both of them were exactly evensies. Jackson had exactly 3 cards in deck to draw, and he killed him exactly with 16 damage.
Martin,
Jesus. Wow.
have a good night.
Have a good one, Master Snow. Wow. Well, there we go. Poor Damien. You know, he got the win against Sambo, but his deck was deliberately built to stop decks like Sambo. Big fat creatures who win by killing or win by damage is a way to go there. But anyway, again, I apologize for the technical difficulties and the technical. How do we want to phrase this? The technical difficulties and the manual incompetence. Yeah, that's a good way to go. Of me in the first game. But hey, like I said, we got through. We get into the second match. We did make it. I mean, it's not like things were really happening too much in the first game. You know, Damien was playing a mill deck into Snell's dredge deck, and it's just that's a hard one to do anyway. So we got to see like the just nightmare inducing realization. Oh, you're getting a ride? Yeah. All right. Nightmare inducing scenario where you're just fueling and you're milling over and you're getting creeping chills and you know, I did make mention beforehand, and you know, I want to make sure I do this right. Let's see. We did do a year in review. Let's see. Let's get that up there, and then you got to see the standings earlier, but you know, I just want to go over them again because 2018 was a pretty prolific year. since I started keeping track of the information, you know, we played 512 matches, 77 unique players. 31 of those 77 have 5 or more matches on the screen or on the stream. 7 of those had 20 or more matches on the stream. And there's our breakdown of those 7 right now and their standings. You know, Snow had an 81% win percentage. He went 61-15 and 0. Mr. 31 AJ Kinsman went 69-20 and 8. Rockin' Ricky Rhino Ruff went 62% wins with 13-7 and 1. Jarvis bringing up the middle of the pack with 52% in wins, 13 and 12. Damien just under the 500 mark at 48% with 11 and 12 record in 0. John Horror is 38% wins with 11, 16 and 2, but he did experiment with quite a number of decks, and I applaud him for that to make things spicy. And Danzy, you know, unfortunately fell into that, hey, I'm going to play a Bob deck tonight and not have a chance at winning. Went a 30% win percentage with 20, 45, and 2. Altogether, just bringing it up the end. But you know, he's got a brand new start, a fresh new year, and I look forward to seeing who's actually going to win between Snell and Danzy, because that can be really good. And that's going to do us for the first broadcast on the first day of this new year. I will see you back on Thursday, live from Titan Games. Happy New Year, everybody. Oh, I love these things, Smith. I love them. Anyway, I've been Evil Bob, your resident head of the box, reminding you that however you choose to live your life, I approve. Have a good night. Have a great evening, and I'll see you back on Thursday.